Hey guys, today I'll be playing a calm obby because why not? And while you watch, I will be doing a story time about my crazy BFF, and this happened on the first day of school. So I was just walking outside, it was the first day of school. A lot of my friends were still in my class, except for my best friend, like my literal bestie. So it was recess, and I was so excited to go see her. And when we went outside, this happened. I walked up to her and said hi, and I saw her at first. I saw her playing with like our bullies, the one that like we did not like at all. And then they just look at me because the bullies had squatted up on me last year and tried to beat me up. So that's what had happened last year. And she's playing with them, and that also happened to her. So I was like, okay, whatever. Maybe she's just playing with them on the first day because they were in her class. So the next day, and it's a recess again, and I say hi, and then she said, "Get away from me," in a rude tone, and I was like, okay, who's she talking to? And then my friend Jamira came over there, and then he asked her, are like we still friends and stuff, and she said no, and then she said, you know what, I don't know, with like a confused face, and I was like, what? Like, it's not that hard. It's a yes or no question. Like, why do you have to think about that? And then I'm like, okay, whatever. So I went to play kickball with everybody, and we had fun. And then the next day, I was just walking, playing with my friend Jameer and Kennedy, my whole squad again, and I saw her, and they came up to me and remind you, it's 4 against 3. No, it's 3 against 5 actually. But yeah, and then she was like, "Hey losers," and I was like, "Okay." And then I just started roasting her because she was actually doing too much. And then the next day, I said, "Are we still friends and stuff?" Because I felt bad for what I did. And she said, "I don't know," again. So I was like, okay, whatever. So I was just playing with my friends again, and then she came up to me, and she said the bullies didn't want to be friends with her anymore because she was a loser. And I was like, that's what you get. But now we're friends because she said she wanted to be back in the friend group. So I was like, okay, whatever. And so now it's actually like 6 of us. But now I don't really hang out with her anymore because she does cheer, and I don't like cheer. I think it's boring. Just my opinion. And I like to watch everybody cheer, and yeah. So basically, like my whole group outside, they don't like to do the stuff I do. I don't like cheer, and I don't really like playing kickball anymore. And I just like to play with my friend Alana and Kaylin. Now, this story actually happened back in like 2020 or 2022, and me and my sister were making a fort, and there was a snow globe. Like, we were using a whole bunch of glass to hold the blanket up on the shelf, and I was trying to take it down, and I let my intrusive thoughts win. I thought to myself, what if I pulled the blanket down and all the glass would just come falling down? Well, that's exactly what I did. I pulled the blanket down, and all the glass just fell. But luckily, only one hit me, and it was my favorite snow globe. And then my baby cousin started crying, and the dog started barking like crazy. And my aunt was like, "Oh my gosh!" And also my sister was going crazy. There was just so many blood on the floor, and like just the glass everywhere. So my aunt had to be really careful where she was stepping. Long story short, I had to go, not the hospital. Luckily, I'd never want to go to the hospital, no matter what. I went to this kid hospital, like kind of like, it's like I forgot what it's called, but yeah. And this is the funny part. It's funny now, but it wasn't funny when it was happening. So like I had to get stitches, and I have never experienced something like that. And it did not hurt when the glass fell on me because like it just happened so fast, so I really didn't feel anything, luckily. But I've never gotten stitches or anything like that before, and like that has never happened to me before. So, when I got there, I was like, okay, everything's gonna be fine. It's not gonna hurt. And when I got there and I was laying on the hospital bed, they was like asking me a whole bunch of questions, and I wasn't crying, and I was like just answering them like I was happy and stuff. That time, even though there was literally a whole piece of meat sticking out my leg. And then they pulled out this long needle, and I was like, wait, what? And then they just put the needle in my leg, and I knocked that needle out of my leg, and I slapped the doctors, and I literally ran out the doctor's room. And then I ran out, and my mom started chasing me like everywhere around the doctor's office. I was running everywhere, and then somehow she finally caught me. I was about to run out the door too, and like she caught me, and I was like, oh my gosh. And then long story short, like 4 doctors had to hold me down, and they was yelling, "You're a strong little one," and I was screaming, I was like, no. And then they put the needle in my leg, and I was like crying and stuff. But like after like they put the needle in my leg, I was fine. The needle was just to numb me, and then um yeah, so that happened, and then I was like, okay, it's over, luckily. And then they took the string out to like put it in my leg, and I was like, whoa, is this gonna hurt again? Cause I will run out. And it was like no. And then all the there was only one doctor now because like that part was done. So and then they started like stitching my leg up, and I was like, oh, so now you wanna switch up and act like you weren't putting a needle in my leg? I didn't actually say that, but that's what I was thinking. Like, bro, you would just put my needle in my leg. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.